What and where do you start? What is the first tip to better branding yourself, your company, and all that goes along with it?
Yeah. The first step for working on a project that I always like to initiate is to hone in on a strategy. And again, it doesn't matter how big the company is, we can establish a strategy. And what that strategy is honing in on your key point of difference and what we want to tell people about your company. One thing, ideally, that you're going to represent in people's minds, because that's the beginning of establishing your brand.
So let's go back to the Nike example. What would be that one thing that they would kind of hinge themselves on as part of their brand?
Yeah, it was that undying energy and desire to be an individual and to live life bravely.
Okay, so that was their real point of difference. Different than Reebok, different than Under Armour, different
Right.
than, Adidas or any of the other manufacturers of
Right.
sports
At
equipment.
the time, yes.
Right.
Now everybody's copying them.
Right. Okay, this is one of my favorite parts. So tell us what the goal is. What should we be striving for?
One of the things that makes it hard is that whatever your business category is, there's kind of a stereotype for that category. Whether it's finance or whether it's floral, there's kind of an expected look for communication in your category. And the challenge is, and the part that takes some courage, is stepping outside of that. Because you don't want to look like everybody else in your category. So you want to look at and acknowledge what others in your category are doing, what your competition's doing, what that general message is for your category. And then if that's the zig, you want to zag.
Right. So I love this. So remember this. Everyone's zigging and you're a zagger.
Yep.
Okay.
And it has to be relevant, obviously. You don't just be different just to be different. It
Right.
has to be based on what your key point of difference is, what you think your strength is, and then building a unique message around that that's going to separate you from the competition.
And that also, I would imagine, helps you kind of cut through the clutter, right? Because there's all the same, and then you can be in the same category but really get noticed.
And it's remarkable, how much in any given category everybody's basically saying the same thing and looking the same way. So they're not really defining a brand for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that is because it's easier, there's a comfort zone there to just be like my category.
Mm-hmm. Especially in banking and all those
Yeah.
other ones. I mean,
Yeah.
some of those are a big snore because they just have the rates and the da-da-da, and then,
Car advertising.
car advertising. Sure, absolutely.
So much of it, any given category, the majority of it all sounds and looks the same.
And then you risk parity, which is the exact opposite intent.
Exactly. And it takes it takes a little courage and it takes a little push and it takes some objective analysis to be able to say, okay, we need to stand out. This is our unique message.
Okay, so you've done the zagging, you've done the zigging, and now I want to know Ingy, Ziggy, Zaggy, whatever. I want to know how to judge this thing. Am I on the right track? How would I know?
A simple thing that I go by to judge work as it's developing is it smart? Because you can take communication any number of different directions. You can be emotional, you can be funny. Lots and lots of people spend money being loud and repetitive to get their message across.
My pet peeve is when people think they're sounding cute.
Yeah. And all of those are applicable. The question is it smart? If you're going to be cute and smart.
But what is smart? Give me more of an understanding and definition around smart.
Okay, I think smart communication is it's based on a relevant message about the service that we're offering. So it grows out of a truth about the product. And it treats the viewer, the person that's seeing it or reading it, it treats them as they are, which is intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
So often committees become convinced that they're talking down to people,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not. You want to reward people
Mm-hmm.
for having spent just a moment with your communication. So we need to reward their intelligence. They're a smart consumer. Your work should be smart as related to how people perceive it.